Medical science is one of the most scientifically progressive fields. Over the years, inventions in medical science have either created an alternative to dangerous or ineffective procedures or have found new solutions to historic challenges. Here are the top 5 inventions that revolutionized medical science. But before moving on further, please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon to receive the latest updates. Hypodermic needle. The ancient Greeks and Romans knew injection as a method of medicinal delivery from observations of snake bites and poisoned weapons. In the 1660s, J.D. Major of Kiel and J.S. Elsholtz of Berlin were the first to experiment with injections in humans. These early experiments were generally ineffective and in some cases fatal. But the hollow metal needle was invented in 1844 by Irish physician Francis Rind. The first devices, recognizable as hypodermic syringes, were independently invented by Scottish physician Alexander Wood and French surgeon Charles Gabriel Praves in the year 1853. The needle is used with a syringe to inject the substances into the body or extract fluids from it. It enhances the rapid delivery of liquids and also plays an important role in research environment where sterile condition is required, as it reduces the level of contamination during inoculation of sterile substances. Patients with type 1 diabetes use the needle to inject insulin to their body. And also, the patients with allergy and asthma also use this needle. Upgradations. Scientists are working on projects in which they are trying to make needle shots painless. Many hypodermic syringe manufacturing companies are trying to make more advanced products so that doctors and the nursing staffs can easily inject the medicines, drugs and other vaccines into the patients without any pain. Number 4. Antibiotics. Anti means against and biotics means the life of microbes. So it's against the life of harmful microbes. The first antibiotics was invented by Paul Ehrlich in 1909 and it was arspinamine, that is salvarsan, for the treatment of syphilis. It was also called as the first modern antibiotic. However, in 1928, Alexander Fleming discovered the penicillin. The Scottish physician at St. Mary's Hospital in London was the first to show that Penicillium rubens had antibacterial properties. On 3rd September 1928, he observed that fungal contamination of a bacterial culture, Staphylococcus aureus, appeared to kill the bacteria. And he was awarded the Nobel Prize in 1945. The antibiotics were discovered to fight the infections caused by bacteria in humans and animals by killing them or by destroying them by interfering in their growth and multiplication. Some of the antibiotics are cephalosporin, tetracycline, and the vancomycin, which is the strongest of all the antibiotics. Number 3. Xrays. First invented in 1895 in Germany by William Conrad Röntgen, who was a professor in Würzburg University and who was awarded Nobel Prize in 1901. When high energy electrons in the cathode tube hit a metal component, they either got slowed down and released extra energy or kicked off electrons from the atoms they hit, which triggered a reshuffling that again released energy. In both the cases, the energy was emitted in the form of X-rays, which is a type of electromagnetic radiation, with higher energy than visible light and lower energy than gamma rays. X-rays are powerful enough to fly through many kinds of matter as if they are semi-transparent, and they are particularly used for medical applications. X-rays are very useful as the doctors can diagnose inside human bodies without making any incisions and determining the fractures or the broken bones, pneumonia, heart failure, in mammography, child in the mother's womb, emphysema, tumors, arthritis in joints, dental issues, blood vessel blockage, foreign objects swallowed by the children, and digestion problems, and many more. Many new versions and upgradations can also be seen in the form of mammographs, CT scans, MRI, and fluoroscopies, and many more. And also, there are X-rays for different regions of the body. Number 2. Stethoscope. Invented in 1816 by René Laennec in Necker Infant Males Hospital in London, this invention has created a major role in the physician's life. Stethos means chest and scope means examination. In the earlier periods, the doctors and the physicians used to check the heartbeats of the patient by placing their ears on the patient's chest. This made René Laennec very uncomfortable and made him to invent the stethoscope. In the upcoming years, it was used for other examinations too, like to measure the blood pressure, to detect the abnormal heart sounds or heartbeats, to check the fluid accumulation in lungs in case of pneumonia or edema, to hear the heartbeats of the developing fetus in the pregnant woman, or to examine the movements of normal, overactive or underactive intestinal tract. In the present scenario, we can see there are many types of stethoscopes for various purposes like acoustic, electronic, digital, ultrasound stethoscopes, and there are specific stethoscopes like for cardiology, pediatrics, veterinary, Sprague-Rappaport, and also selective lightweight stethoscopes. Number 1. Thermometer. Ancient Greeks knew that when air is heated, it expands. This idea allowed Philo of Byzantium to construct the first ever thermometer in 3rd century BC. The Greek physician Claudius Galenus was the first person to attempt at measuring the temperature. But the major progress was made by Galileo Galilei in 1590s. He filled a glass bulb with air and attached it to a long tube of water. This gave a convenient way to measure the temperatures. In 1612, physician Santorio Santori transformed the thermoscope made by Galileo Galilei into the thermometer by adding an arbitrary scale. Then came Daniel Gabriel Fahrenheit, who introduced the thermometer with a scale created by him, and he was also the first one to use mercury in the thermometer. Therefore, this allowed the measurement of very high temperatures conveniently. Later on, other standards such as the Celsius scale and Kelvin scale were also introduced to measure the temperature. Nowadays, the thermometers are used to measure temperature in various fields and appliances such as freezers, air conditioners, water heaters, refrigerators, and also to inspect the roads. To measure the indoor air temperature, Galileo thermometer is used. Specific type of thermometers are used to measure the temperature of water in fish tanks. Nanothermometry is a branch to measure the temperature in submicrometric scale. In medical fields, specifically, there are ear thermometers, infrared thermometers, forehead thermometers, rectal and oral thermometers, and pill thermometers. Other than this, there are many other various fields where thermometers are very vital. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Like the video, subscribe to the Dr. Great channel and show your support to me, and share this video to everyone as much as possible. And if you have any suggestions, please put that down in the comment sections below. And once again, thank you all.